Hello to all of our lovely listeners. This is one of your beautiful, talented, glorious empress of your imaginary world, Harley. I am, of course, joined by my co-hosts, Rain and Raven.
I like
Today,
that we don't get that kind of intro that she
I
just
know,
gave
right?
herself. That's kind of
I used a plural. I wasn't using the royal we. I was talking about us we.
just continue on with the intro.
All right, fine. You're joining Harley and her two peasants as we discuss her two ladies in waiting. They're flipping me off right now on camera, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. All right. Today's episode, we are going to be chit-chatting about summer holiday ideas, from stuff we do with our kids, stuff we do with our families. And let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, after dealing with the family vacation, mommy and daddy need their own vacation, and not necessarily together. Sometimes
No, not together. Look, I love my Dar, but
sometimes just a padded cell by ourselves will suffice. All right. With that all being said, here are your, quite frankly, yet to be determined intros. Enjoy.
Hello, darlings. Captain here. This is the Chaos Connections podcast, brought to your eager senses by MOC Media, LLC. Join the conniving Harley, serendipitous Raven, and scrumptious Rain in the space they have created for you to learn, thrive, and connect.
Like, oh my god, you guys, this podcast, would you believe it, is hosted by people that are like a little alternative? They've got tattoos and, oh my god, piercings. I just can't even. But the colorful language, oh my god, and no filters? Can you just die? Make sure that you really want to be here. Or you can fuck around and find out. Your choice.
All right. So, okay. So,
I hope you enjoyed that lovely little interlude.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll fix that in post. Dude, that's going on a shirt at some point. I swear to God.
It has to. But how about a tank top, because it's getting and mama sweats.
Yeah.
We'll have options. Not just a tank. Not just tank tops, but some people are in the frozen
crop
north.
Top. Those people need to send us some of their frozen, okay? Have Elsa give us a little blast. Just a little one. No. Cool it down to like 60 degrees.
Raven? I'm shipping you off to Antarctica.
Do not bring about the next snowpocalypse.
No, like please. I said, 60 degrees, not 20.
In the years you've been in Texas, what makes you think it's just going to stop there? It goes big or goes home.
Hope?
Right?
And a prayer to a deity that never fucking listens?
They never do.
All right. Okay. We are not getting into an existential discussion right now. Summertime, ladies and gentlemen, summertime. Let's talk about what we do for summer. And I'm gonna make a confession to all of you. Surprise, surprise, Harley's not gonna filter herself. Congratulations. Welcome to the party. This is the first time. So I know that there are cost-effective activities to be done during the summertime with your kids and your family. But listen, no. If I have to Google what it is, I'm not doing it. Okay. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw money at the problem. Oh, it's summertime. Let's go to Six Flags. Oh, it's summertime. Let's go to the water park. Oh, it's summertime. Let's go to the mall because there's AC and go spend money that we don't have so that I can pay off next month's credit card bill while crying and wiping my tears with one-ply toilet paper because that's all we can afford.
Oh.
All right.
Or her, when she was awesome and she decided to take her family to Disney?
So we did go to Disney. However, caveat, and side note, and again, admission here, I did not foot that bill. I did not pay the admission. I did not pay the admission. However, I paid probably equal, if not more than admission cost in daily food intake for me and Joker and 3 of our 4 children because it's hot and it's Florida and it's raining.
Okay, so see, that was your one mistake with Disney, was not buying the food package.
Meal plan.
So,
dude, the one thing from Disney is the Dole Whips. Oh my God, those are so good.
Okay, again, if I have to Google it, I'm not doing it. So if I would have taken the time to Google, tips and tricks for spending less money at Disney, then by all means, I would have fucking done that. But guess what, bitches?
It's even easier than that, ma'am.
I don't.
Even easier than
Reddit.
That. All you got to no, you don't even have to do that. Do you know how many travel agents Disney pays the commission to book your shit for you? You don't pay their commission, Disney does. You don't pay extra fees on top of whatever the package costs. You just tell this person, here's my dates, here's my people, let's go.
I did not know any of this. I did not know any of this. I went in blind. Next time I'm going, it's just going to be me and Joker. We're not taking the kids. Fuck you guys. We're going to go ride all the cool rides.
So
those travel agents also work on Disney Cruise
while they're doing this.
So Harley is a shopaholic. Her love language is gift giving.
Yes, my love language is gift giving. I'm not a shopaholic, though. I refute that.
You can try, dude. She can't even say that with a straight face.
No, I can't. That was me laughing.
Yeah. Don't try to refute that because I will call you out on your shit.
We literally have the receipts.
No, she hid those because they were taller than me.
And they weren't CVS.
Okay. So when my kids were little. No, I know. I went to CVS today and he's like, do you want your receipt? No. Save a whole goddamn tree, buddy. And he just laughed.
No, save the Amazon.
Seriously. Those receipts are out of control. But when my kids were little, it was just me and Dar. We did not have any, extended family.
She didn't have a tribe.
I didn't have anybody. So since we're both working full time, my kids got to go to summer camp, aka continuation of their daycare / private elementary school. That was most of their summer.
So
that's how awesome we were.
So, well, listen, buddy, times are tough. And times have been tough for a hot minute because before Joker and I got together, I was a single mom of 2 kids. And I was working at a job that gave me, listen to this shit, gave me a promotion, but gave me the promotion and called it a lateral move so I wouldn't have to get a pay raise. So they had me doing the job of a higher pay grade without giving me the higher pay grade. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Raven's bitches are barking.
The face she's making is great.
Raven, there's a mute button. There you go, baby.
She's having technical difficulties with her mouse. So what I was going to say in regards to Harley and her shopaholic tendencies, before we started talking about long ass receipts, she doesn't always do market research when she's doing something.
No,
she does not. It's like, oh, I want to do this. Impulse control is a thing when you have ADHD, and yes, she does have it. So do I. My impulse control, my self-discipline sucks. I'll tell you that right now. But I do have a little bit more self-control and self-discipline than Miss Harley does. that's not saying much.
I'll admit this.
But market research especially when you have to be on a budget, because before Captain and I got together, I was a single mom of one. And even just having one, that little hellion is fucking expensive.
They are.
And then
they are. And people try to warn you. Like when I got pregnant with Gremlin 1, again, for any new listeners, I was in high school when I had my first. And people try telling me, Harley, it's expensive. Harley, you don't understand all the sacrifices you're going to have to make. Harley.
Oh, how bad could it be?
You can't. Yeah. I'm not one who backs down from a challenge. So
she's not. Please. She actually is like, come on, square up, bitch.
Please keep giving me fodder for why I'm going to be headstrong and do this. But yeah, kids are mad expensive. But yeah, my kids, even after Joker and I got together, our kids participated in daycare because the reality of the situation is we couldn't afford to take a real vacation. Like we might be able to take a day off of work, and we were fortunate enough to have a job that gave us paid time off. However, we were making enough to pay for daycare expenses, which, newsflash, you still have to pay even if your child is not attending daycare for that week. No, it's not cheap, especially for 3 kids that are school age at the time. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a car payment per child.
Yeah.
So the reality of the situation was we had to take advantage of daycare. And fortunately, most daycare programs, at least those that are of even a somewhat good quality, do offer like not vacations, field trips for the kiddos.
Yeah.
So that way they do get a change of scenery. And they get to make those summertime memories that I think all of us as parents wish that we could be there to partake in and form those memories with our kids. Mm-hmm. But it's financially, it's not feasible for a lot of people. So
no,
daycare was definitely my salvation for my kids for a little bit.
For sure.
So one of the things, if you are lucky enough to be able to be off on a Friday, or you could take a morning off, almost in every city I have lived in, and I have lived in multiple different states, they show older movies that are not like the new releases, and they're free movies. And then you get the little snack box, or you do what I do and carry a big purse and you have the snack tackle boxes in them, because that's a thing. Snack tackle boxes are great because fuck them kids, they're expensive, and movies are not cheap.
No, but a lot of movie theaters will do like a summer run of something, and it'll be like geared towards kids, and it's lower cost. But a lot of them
it's
are
like maybe
during the day,
$1. So. Yeah, it's either free or $1.
I haven't come across a free one personally.
No,
but
it's super cheap. It's definitely cheaper. It's super cheap though, because there was a summer, and it was Witchkin 2, and my sister, who's 21 years younger than me, I was taking care of summer activities because my job decided they needed to do some downsizing because bastards. And my mom was working, and she's working from home, and work-life balance is not something that company understood at all.
No, not so much.
So I was doing, finding cheap crafts to do with stuff that we already had, and, painting and clay and Play-Doh and, imagination station, whatever, just keeping them
slide in the
occupied.
backyard.
Sprinklers were a thing, except Witchkin 2 really hates frogs, and there were frogs. we actually got a terrarium and raised tadpoles, because after it rained really bad, there was for some reason the frogs decided, hey, we're just gonna have tadpoles here in this freaking curbside puddle. So yeah, we had frogs that we got to frog age and released into the backyard, which did not help Witchkin to want to go outside.
No, I bet.
So
now, when I was really, really little, we lived. Wait, which one's going first?
Go ahead, Raven. Okay. Go ahead, Raven.
We lived in Southern California, and yes, I am a Cali girl. I will admit it. You can't take it out of me. But we lived damn close to the beach. And so my mom would take us to the beach every damn day, literally from sun up to sundown, because it was free and it would wear us out. I mean, that woman made sure that we were so damn tired we couldn't argue with shit. We would eat whatever she put in front of us, even if it was a literal sandwich, which a lot of times they were, because she would pack a cooler of food to bring with us. So there's another inexpensive option if you live near a water body, lake, river. Of course, use proper water safety with your peoples.
Also, go on nature hikes. Like, go early in the morning. Earlier in the morning, because I know that the two bitches on this podcast with me are not morning people at all.
Oh God, no.
But if you do go during the day, sunscreen, sun protection, water. You need
water.
A ton of water.
I don't care what state you live in. Water. I don't care what country you live in. Water.
And bug spray.
Oh yeah, bug spray.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm sorry, Harley. You were saying.
Bugs. Gross. Okay. Anyway, so we're talking about frogs. So, funniest story, and I have no idea why this memory all of a sudden triggered for me. And forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, but welcome to Chaos Connections. Also,
ADHD is a thing. Here's how we advertise it.
So my younger sister, when she was younger, she was out of diapers. I'd say maybe 4 or 5. She just really enjoyed catching. They weren't frogs; they're toads. Okay, frogs are aquatic. Toads are not. Toads are just toads. Anyway, she came in one day and she was so proud to show us the toads that she had caught. And in her little hands, clasped together, were 3 toads squished on top of each other, and she was just holding them. And the poor toads, I don't know if it was just their natural facial expressions or if it was exacerbated by the situation they were in, but you could just see their little throats inhaling and exhaling. Their mouths did not open. You could tell they were woosawing, and their eyes, their poor beady eyes, were looking around like, Jesus Christ, help me, God. And we're all like, oh wow, good job. Let's take them outside. Let's go wash your hands. Okay.
Did you lick them? Please tell me you didn't lick them.
No,
that would have been me as an older sister.
Toads. You kiss them to turn them into princes.
Have you never watched your dogs with a toad? They will lick a toad.
No, but I did watch.
It makes their mouths foamy, and then they get addicted and they keep wanting to do it.
I'm really, really, really sorry to my younger sister if she ever listens to this, but when she was younger, much, much younger, baby, crawling in diapers.
Oh no.
I may or may not have watched her eat a live cockroach and spit it up and try to grab it to eat it again before my older sisters, who were babysitting, saw her and told her to stop. It was like a train wreck. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it. I was also little. I am not just this awful asshole. I was also extremely young.
How older are you than your sister?
I'm only 4 years older than her.
Okay, so you're 4.
Actually, it's more like 3.5.
No.
So I was maybe 5. Because she was.
That's not as horrible, but holy crap!
But it was like a train wreck. Like I was watching her, and I was like, and I'm pretty sure that by the third, that's when my older sister, that was babysitting, came in and was like, "Oh my God, that's disgusting." And I was like, "You telling me? I'm not touching that shit. It has puke on it."
Okay,
that has not changed since she was a little kid.
It really hasn't, and I don't blame her because I don't do vomit either at all. And yes, I birthed and reared children. I don't do vomit or poo. And when mine were in diapers, we had one of those telescoping handles in the clawfoot tub, so I would just hold them away from me and carry them down the hall and plop them in the tub and hose them off because. No, did you guys ever promise your kids something fun for the summer or for a long weekend, and then life happens and it didn't work out and they have never let you forget it?
Deliver? Yes.
Do they keep reminding?
They've let me forget it. They have let me forget it because when I come through big time. But
she lives up to the Texas go big or go home.
I also fail magnificently.
So, we used to live just a couple hours away from the Gulf Coast, or as I like to call it, the Redneck Riviera. And I promised our kids, we were trying out a new beach town that we hadn't been to before. And I was like, you know what? They've got a water park. Let's go to the water park one day. So we planned to go to the water park on Sunday. This is Memorial Day weekend.
You are dumb.
Ooh. We get there and it's closed because nobody bothered to look up the hours. That was 11 years ago. And both of my children remind me on the reg about the water park that I failed to deliver.
Oh my God.
Even though I've gotten them season passes to Six Flags and they've had the ability to use the water park at Six Flags all season long.
Okay, you have not said it, but I'm going to say it for you, and I hope that Apprentice 2 can hear me.
She can't. She's got headphones.
I hope.
No, number 2 is standing there
yelling at
vociferously telling me that they don't bring it up all the time. No, honey, you're Apprentice 2 because you're the second child born. Sorry.
Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and say this for you. Your apprentices are a-holes. Okay?
Sometimes they really are.
Because if my kid, you know what? You want to throw in my face when I let you down as a mom? That's funny because you let me down when you misbehaved Thursday, May 5th at daycare, you little shit.
Oh no, mine let me down by having to be cut out of me.
That's not their fault.
It so is. Really have you seen the size of Dar's head?
No, that's Dar's fault.
That's a Dar problem. That's Dar's fault. You procreated with him.
He wanted them so bad. And then he didn't realize how much work they were.
Did he not listen to the fact that you have multiple siblings and you're the oldest?
No. Which is why I allowed him to change the very first baby boy diaper without any instructions or warnings. It was a literal fountain. It was glorious.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I changed Gremlin 1's diaper, when he got home out of the hospital, because the hospital the nursery and the maternity ward, they keep it at a nice temperature. So there's no like sudden cool breeze to stimulate anything. So I was not prepared when I got him home and went to change his diaper. And it did not help either that I had a crowd of family members watching over my shoulder.
And you were a teenager.
No. And they're all like, no. Yeah, I was like, I am changing his diaper. And then he peed. and everybody was like, you're scaring him. I was like, I'm not scaring him. I'm changing his diaper and it's cold, so he peed.
So yeah. I'm gonna count myself lucky. I do not have boys, but that does not mean that I do not have, nephews by way of friends. I have changed little boys' diapers. Yeah, you make sure you
duck and cover.
Brace yourself. You brace yourself.
To be fair.
And never have your mouth open. To be fair.
To be fair.
Never have your mouth open and always wear goggles or protective eye gear of some sort. However, and if they have good aim, watch your ears.
No kidding. Watch your damn ears.
Oh God, it's like we're trying to give them a warning about being around Hex.
Bruh. To be an equal opportunity warning giver, girls are equally capable of doing little fountains.
Normally
it's just not as pronounced as little boys. But when I took Gremlin 3 to the pediatrician for one of her checkups, they were measuring her or something, and they're like, okay, you need to take off her diaper. And I looked at the nurse and I was like, you want me to take off her diaper? And the nurse is like, yeah, what's the problem? And I was like, okay. And I took off her diaper and she's sitting there for a second. And I was watching her and I looked over him. I saw her cues and I was like, she's about to pee. And he was like, what? And then we both looked over and sure enough, there's a little fountain coming out of her little woo-woo. And then God bless her, my little nudist, she just puts her feet up and spreads them wide.
Well, yeah, you got to air that out, man. It's got to dry.
Yeah, there's no drip drying here. We air dry that shit. Yes.
All right.
Back to summer. Back to summer vacations. God, we're talking about pee fountains. Ew. These chaos connections are kinky connections. Good God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. No. R. Kelly is not in this bitch.
Daughter.
We're talking. Helicopter.
Okay, so a couple summers ago, that
was a throwback to one of our previous episodes.
More than a couple. Right, go ahead, we moved away from where we used to live close to the Gulf Coast, and we moved to Texas. And we didn't know anybody. And my kids said hell no to the YMCA because in our previous town, they had not been very kind to people that are not their typical demographic, shall we say. So I had to hunt to find some ways to keep these kids occupied while Dara and I are at work because holy shit. I think Apprentice one was a freshman that year. So they're not like super little, but still I'm not comfortable leaving them home together all day long without an adult because Jesus Christ. So I found this place that's a couple hours away and they do like a rent fair off and on, but they also offer like a week-long sleepaway summer camp. And I was like, no way. I've never been able to like send my kids away for even a night. Let's fucking go. So I did not ask them if they wanted this. All I asked them was what activities they wanted to do while they were there. And I sent them. And I don't regret a penny of that because when we dropped them off, they were both like, oh, this is going to suck. This is going to be so awful. And then when we picked them up, they were begging to go back. Begging. That was 4 or 5 years ago, and Apprentice 2 still talks about how much fun they had there and how they want to go back.
And Apprentice 2.
See, that had like a happy ending because I was waiting for you to turn around and be like, and they came back and they had lice and
they had
gonorrhea and all
they
that
raved
shit.
about the food.
I don't know. I couldn't think of another word. I couldn't think of another word.
No,
I would hope not.
I don't know why gonorrhea was in my head. You guys, I worked a full shift today. My brain is mush.
They raved about the showers. They raved about the activities. They raved about getting to learn how to do sword fighting.
So that's awesome. I did summer camps a lot as a kid with our church, and I did have a good time, but outside of finding them through the church, I never knew where to look for a quality sleepaway camp for my kids. Right. So I've never been able to give that experience to my kids. Again, if I have to Google it, I ain't doing it.
So
fine, I will send you links. This place is amazing, but they're full for this year.
Oh, well, F that. It's not going to help me.
She's not going to remember next year.
I might not.
Seriously.
I'm not either.
It's just cheese brain.
So that camp that Raven was talking about, when we the first summer that we were friends, we were going to send Apprentice 2 and Witchkin 2. However, in true fashion of working in front with staffing agencies, I did not continuously have a job like I had planned. So
she was so bummed.
So money is a thing, and
it sucks.
Sleepaway camps are pricey. Even daily camps are pricey. But she was wanting to get a job this summer, but she's still going, hey, can we go on a hike? You have to get up early because I'm not going in the middle of the damn day. It was 103 degrees today?
Something like that.
I don't know, but I'm turning on my fan because I'm in the sweat box called my office.
Yeah, well, I'm going to need to get an extra fan to be a vapor in Texas in the summer because it's hot. I got to go outside to vape at work. I can't vape inside.
Ew. Oh.
What about your personal AC fan thingy for hot flashes?
It's not enough to combat Texas summer when you're standing out there for long enough to get enough nicotine into your bloodstream to avoid killing people.
They really need to let you work remotely.
I'm telling you.
Me going back to the office, if that's how that's gonna go down.
I'm
gonna be chewing gum or something because I vape a lot.
Oh, that damn gum does not work.
Oh. No. I'm not talking. I'm not talking Nicorette. I'm talking just.
Oh, okay.
Gum.
Yeah. Yes, that's a thing.
No.
Did you guys ever do?
It doesn't. I'm telling you right now.
That's because you vape and you smoke cigarettes. Of course, it doesn't fucking help you.
Because you're getting over nicotine.
I pissed my dogs off. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on mute, y'all. Continue your conversation.
Okay.
What the fuck voice was that?
I don't know, but her face looks.
Yeah, but they can't see her face.
I know. One day.
Just what?
I'm sorry. I was feeling a case of the vapors.
Okay, still magnolias.
Yeah, because that does not deserve. Julia Sugarbaker does not deserve to be given whatever that was. She deserves better. Did you guys ever go camping with your families when you were kids?
No, my first camping trip with my family, I was a teenager with a child.
Oh.
So I went camping.
I was an older teenager. My oldest was 2.5, 3. Go ahead, Ring. Go ahead, Bo.
I went with a friend of the family camping. This was when I actually liked fishing. It's very boring. I don't like it anymore. I'll sit there and read a book. I don't want to worry about watching for fish. And then I went when I was a little bit older because I was 7. And then I went when I was a little bit older with Girl Scouts. I'm a Girl Scout dropout.
Same.
I did it for the cookies.
I did it for the horse badge.
That could be taken so wrong.
It probably could. Oh, I left myself wide open at work today. I was like, oh, I really walked into that. Why?
But
this whole segment is going in a phrasing bit on our Who's Your Flappy. I just want you to know. What's it called?
So
Jesus
Flappy?
Christ.
So
no, what's the flap?
Will you shut up and I'll answer your damn question?
What the fuck is the thing called?
So this is a great segue. We are starting a Patreon.
Patreon.
What the fuck did you see? Plagiarism? What?
I don't know. I was thinking of a Transformer.
Megatron.
I knew it ended with an on.
Oh my shit, woman.
So that is the announcement of this episode is Patreon. We will be posting the link as soon as we have everything set up to how we like it in our chaotic OCD fashion.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Okay, so
and just to make sure that we are enticing you, I am going to give you a little hint of what you may expect from some of the Harley extras.
Oh.
I like telling stories, okay? And I know you can't see me because right now we're not doing video, but I get really animated and I get really amped up, especially if I just get amped up. It's like I relive the moment by retelling it, okay? So for me, you can expect lots of little tidbits about experiences in my personal life. Don't worry, they will be colorfully articulated for you so that you can get a very clear mental picture of the trauma that I had to endure in those moments. BT does, it wasn't real trauma. It was just fuckery.
It's fuckery, and what are we calling it?
It's usually fuckery, but it's funny.
The Karen sightings.
Oh,
or
the
whatever.
Karen episode.
One of my stories will be Close Encounters of the Karen kind, and I am going to regale you with my wild tale of how my nail guy stopped me from going to jail over this bitch. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to fucking tell you.
It was a good story.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
So there will be tears.
Hopefully not mine.
Those
kind of tears. My bad. I
tears of joy.
TEARS, not TIERS. My bad.
So for Patreon, there are tiers of memberships that you would get tickets.
You are right here, babe.
Can you tell which of us is setting up the Patreon, ladies and gentlemen?
Not it.
Ding, ding, ding. It's Rain. So that's what you can expect from Harley's little section of Patreon to the rest of this normal people. From
Patreon to those folk who don't speak Harley.
I've known this woman for over a decade and I still don't speak Harley fluently at all times. I do speak it better than most. I think I even speak it better than Joker sometimes. I'm going to tell what I'm saying at the Patreon.
Okay, tell what you're saying. Tell what you're saying.
Tell what you're saying. Tell what you're saying. Anyway. Tell what you're saying. And then I'm going to give another snippet of something they can expect on Patreon from us. And then I think it's time to wrap up.
Rain is massaging her temples.
She wants to wrap this early because we're only 40 minutes in, and she has a freaking raid that she's wanting to play. But she won't play WoW with me. Anyway.
It's not the raid. It's not the raid. I keep on getting distracted. My happy pill has worn off. I have Swiss cheese brain, and it's legit Swiss cheese brain. I thought you were talking about tears, and that's why I said tears of joy. And then I didn't realize it was TIERS until Raven said it's TIERS, and then you said duh, and I said, well, what the fuck is a tear? And then you said it's for Pledgeron. And then you told me it's not Pledgeron, then that's not even a Transformer, but it's Patreon. So our listeners are not going to be able to keep track. The title of this is going to be Summer Activities with Our Kids, and I'm going to be sitting here going, to quote myself in my gamer chat earlier, excuse me, pardon me while I go get my bib and my helmet.
Oh, see, Dar usually says, I need to get a mop for you fuckers.
Okay. So what's going to be in mine is going to be some witchy things, some arts and crafty things. I'm going to try to do at least a card of the week, if not more than once a week. No promises because life does happen. And I'll go into what those cards are and more information about random things and stuff. And Raven, what can we expect from you?
So I was thinking of, I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. So you know the thing that I made you for Mother's Day?
Yes.
I was thinking of doing that on a smaller scale, like not poster size, but a much smaller scale. I think that could be fun. And maybe some stickers. Because I found a vendor that's... Oh, God, no. No, I gave up on that shit because there's vendors that'll do it for me.
My God, you're taking captains. Why would I do that when I can pay somebody?
No, listen, hear me out. The sticker vendor is just as cheap, if not cheaper, than buying the material and cutting it myself.
Okay, fair enough.
So, I have thought this through, I promise.
Harley.
Also for our listeners, we may or may not be introducing some Moms of Chaos Connections swag that could be up for grabs. If our loyal subscribers care to support us enough and want to keep on getting some extra nice swag, then we may actually expand the swag opportunities to
the general public.
Have an actual shop on our website.
Weren't we talking about one option before we started recording? Pretty sure I begged for a tank top or a crop top.
No, that was why we were recording.
Oh, we were already recording. My bad. See, Swiss cheese brain. Holy shit. Okay, so
I want nipple covers that look like the Chanel logo, but it stands for Chaos Connections with a skull in the middle. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see if we can find somebody to do that, but not tonight. So talking about camping, I have to tell you guys a couple funny stories about camping with kids and families. So I grew up not just out west, but up in the mountains. So it's like not only north, but it's high elevation, right? So everybody camps in the summer. That's just what you do. And we lived really close to Yellowstone, which was awesome because it's like super cheap to get in and drive through for the day and do all the trails and everything. So that was definitely a way that Mom and Dad could keep us entertained. And one weekend they decided that we're going to go camping in Yellowstone. And you've heard I'm from a large family. We have a large tent. This is a 3-room tent. And we're camping in Yellowstone and it's dark and it's pouring rain and rain gets in the tent. Not the rain on our podcast, but the stuff that falls from the sky. Gets in our tent and soaks my sleeping bag. And so now I'm freezing. So I got my arms up above me to help me like balance as I maneuver around the edges of the tent to try to find my sister's sleeping bag to crawl in with her and try to get warm. And so picture this. I'm standing up. I have my arms up above my head with my hands kind of curled over towards the front. Unbeknownst to me, there had been bears prowling all around the campsite that night, and my mom is a very light sleeper. So she wakes up and sees this giant thing inside the tent in the shape of a bear, and she just starts screaming bloody murder. Wakes up the whole damn campsite. And we spent the whole next day in the laundromat so that we could get everything dried. So because of that, go ahead.
When you started your story and you're describing the tent, y'all, again, my brain, I'm so sorry, listeners. I am so sorry. But Raven, I thought your story was going to veer hard to the left and you were going to talk about somebody Dutch ovening in the tent.
I do have a father and brothers, and so that probably did happen, and I blocked it out. But that story leads into the next camping story. So Dar is also from up north, where they go camping in the summer. During our married life and our young child life, we did not live up north. We lived in the south, where it's hot and it's humid, and they have bugs like you would not believe. And so one weekend, you know what? We've never taken our kids camping. Let's do it. Let's go. So we go, buy all the equipment, we pick our spot, and the Google lady was not as awesome then as she is now. And so we got lost. And by the time we found the place, it's 10:30 at night. And so we're setting up the tent in the pitch dark with 2 little kids. And it's summer. And it is full of flies that would not leave us alone. And it's
mosquitoes.
Fucking hot. Nobody slept that night at all because it was so goddamn hot. We get up the next morning and we're like, mosquitoes. Why did we do this? Oh my God, save me. Please get me out of here. And we've never gone camping since.
I regret all my life choices. Yeah, it only takes one time to fuck
Captain
up.
actually mentioned the other day, he's like, we should get this stuff and go camping. And I looked at him and I go, I may be from the South, but I am a city girl. What are you fucking thinking?
You should also go fuck yourself really hard, Captain.
Right. See, my idea of roughing it now is in like an RV that has hookups.
Yeah, glamping.
Yes, but that's my idea of roughing it.
Yes.
The next step up would be like a cabin that still has AC.
Glamping is my jam.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping on the ground anymore. Fuck that shit.
So before we started recording, we were kind of getting geared up to talk about activities for summer. And so we've talked about stuff you can do with the kids.
And stuff you should definitely not do.
Clearly that went the way to
Don't make any promises and don't go camping in the summer.
Never surprise them. Don't make plans, just surprise them. Because if you say
don't promise them shit.
If you say you're going to do something and then shit happens, even though they are understanding, you still see that disappointment and it's just like, fuck.
That kills you, and then they remind you every time you screw up.
Hey,
Mom, remember that time with the water park?
And then you also need to make sure you take time.
Hey, remember that time I dropped you on the head as a baby?
Sloth, love, chunk.
So, funny story, both my kids have been dropped when they were babies.
Oh my God. Both mine rolled off the bed.
Witchkin 1, it was her uncle, I believe. And Witchkin 2 was her bio dad.
Oh.
So
lovely.
None of them were, the parents that they currently live with. But
sure.
Yeah. So that may explain why they're so freaking savage. My kids are savage, your kids are assholes, and then the gremlins
the savage button when they fell. That's what happened. It got stuck in the on position.
Pretty much, yeah. But make sure
I think it damaged the frontal cortex. Jesus, I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody else can do the outro.
So make sure you take time for yourself. Make sure you take time for your partner if you have a partner. And definitely do something with the kids. Even if it's having a movie night. It's not expensive. You make have a junk food dinner. You sit there and you watch a movie. And there's movies that are great for kids that you can still enjoy. There's movies that depending on how old your kids are.
Our parents did and let us watch R-rated movies at the age of 8.
I don't have that issue. I have a 19 and a 16-year-old. So now, but then again, I also let Witchkin 2 watch The Magicians, forgetting how bad that show was when she was in middle school.
So my my oldest, Gremlin 1, he, like by the age of like 10, he really, really, really liked the Predator and Alien franchises.
That sounds like Apprentice 1.
So,
I mean, he got sung Tool to sleep, for God's sake, so.
Bad, Harley. Bad.
Yes, take time for you and your partner. Dar and I are actually hoping to plan either a beach overnight or a beach weekend because I'm a beach girl and I need that in my life. And the three of us are hoping to plan a Moms of Chaos overnight or weekend.
Because we do need
oh yeah.
It's been a couple years.
You do need to take time and just have a girls' day or have, do something with your tribe that it's not just solitude. Sometimes you need solitude. Don't get me wrong. There's times that we probably annoy the shit out of each other because we're friends and that's what we do.
Right. But extended solitude is not good for humans. We are social creatures.
We are herd animals. Or pack animals. Pack animals. There you go.
Like, look around you for a winery tour or an inexpensive train trip, or go see an art museum that you haven't been to before.
Winery tour,
dude. I sent a link in our chat
to one on a train, which looks amazing. Fuck it, let's do that.
I didn't send
somebody sent me one of a winery tour on a train.
It's probably cheaper than a weekend trip.
Probably.
Okay, so we're gonna Google.
Huh?
We're going to Google, and if anybody has any suggestions on things to do, either with your kids, with your significant other, with yourself, keep it, fuck it. Give us some book recommendations.
Yeah.
Or
especially if they're reverse harem.
I don't need any guidance on what to do to myself. Thank you.
Dude, all you have to do is say, hey, Joker, let's do it. And you're good to go. Anywho. But
right, my pickup lines have gotten ridiculously short.
Not always.
Hey, babe.
How you doing? But make sure that you do something that find joy in the little things. It's not always. Things can be super stressful, but you still have to find that thing to look for the positive, silver lining. Because summers are hard, especially if you're a parent and you have kids that need to be in daycare or they need to be entertained or whatever. It's stressful as fuck. And you still need to make sure that you're doing something for yourself and your connections with people. But
which is where we come in.
I know, it's so great.
Yeah.
I love how she said she was done and she hasn't shut up.
Mwah.
I'm going back to my corner now. Fuck you guys. Nobody likes you and you smell funny.
I showered today. Don't start with me. My hair looks all nice and shiny.
I had to put mine up because I had to go pick tomatoes.
That's because you have a garden in your backyard. I
do.
My house is lovely and freezing and I'm so happy.
I don't even want to talk about it. Let me tell you something. I want to go into my room and sit spread eagle on my bed underneath the AC with the fan
get
going
out of the
on.
shower and do that. You'll feel
That's
ton
what I
better.
want to do. Oh, no. That's my drying off routine after the shower too.
Okay, so since Harley has
Do you guys hold on. Do you guys not remember me standing in front of the AC unit with just a towel on to dry my butt after the shower during our remember chaos
you
trip last
doing
time?
Like hiking your dress up over the fan at your vow renewal.
Yes, I did.
I have a picture of it.
I did do that. That was awesome.
So
I also have a picture of it, and it was glorious.
Gotta air out the undercarriage from time to time. Nobody likes swamp ass.
No idea,
dude,
bro.
Where the ceremony took place was fucking hot, and I say that because I was standing up there with her. But
Joker at the end of the night, Joker went to help me take off my dress, and for those of you who don't know, a wedding dress, unless it's like one of those slip dresses, a wedding dress has a lot of layers, and a lot of times they're fucking heavy,
and a lot of times they're separate layers.
My wedding dress, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how much my dress weighed, but Joker was so caught off guard with how much it weighed that when he helped me like undo the back and went to like hold it so that I could step out of it, he went, Jesus Christ, and almost dropped it. He was like, that's heavy. You were wearing that all day?
Yes.
Like, yes.
You love me now, asshole?
What are you talking about?
All right. So we have like talked your ear off.
Do you wonder why I put my choach against the fan?
I didn't. No, we've talked your ear off for a long time about summer and its ups and downs and its goods and bads and
random other shit.
Random other shit because it's us. We love y'all. Thank you for tuning in so much. Please continue to do so. Please hit that like and subscribe button. No, please continue to share your comments and feedback and all that shit. And do the kids still say that?
Yeah,
like and subscribe?
And check it out.
Yes, people still say that. And I say that because I know because Captain watches YouTube all the time.
But what I was going to say is Spotify, I do try when I'm going to have the episode uploaded to Spotify, I do try to modify the question because there's a Q&A section that I can post a question that listeners can respond to. Unfortunately, I can only post one question and there's limited characters. So, but I do try to acclimate the question so that it's relevant, related to the episode as opposed to the standard, what did you think of this episode? Yeah, no, that doesn't work for Chaos Connections.
It really doesn't.
No. So I do try to customize the question, and I do get a notification when we get an answer, and it makes my heart so happy when we have an answer. And you guys have some awesome feedback, I will be honest. So if you are listening to this through Spotify, hit us up in the comments section, girl. What are you waiting for? Or boy, hey.
We're all inclusive here with Chaos.
All y'all types of people out there, hydrate, sunscreen. Try not to lose the last little marbles in your bag this summer with your families. And we will talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.